Looks like we got a few people filing in. What's going on, guys? We'll wait a few more minutes, see if you can get a few more people coming in. But what's going on? Give it a few more minutes, see if anybody else trickles in. Hey, what's going on, Darren? Always appreciate the good vibes, Darren. We'll wait a few more minutes, see if anybody else comes in here. Definitely an eventful couple days here in northern Illinois. I got to say, we got quite a bit of snow. Pretty mild all season, and now we got a couple inches. Working at the high school, I can definitely tell you that high school kids are not predisposed to drive in the snow. I'm looking forward to warmer weather already. And of course, winter reminds me that it's not over yet. So hopefully it's warmer wherever you guys are at. Hopefully the weather's not too treacherous. We've been dealing with some ice and some snow here in northern Illinois. Even though pitchers and catchers reported last week, it doesn't seem like it seems like summer and spring are farther away, but I'm hopeful. Trying to keep up with the trade rumors and things. How about you guys? Everybody watch the Super Bowl? Did you enjoy it? Oh, no kidding. How long you been in Anchorage, Darren? Actually, the guy who teaches across from the hall for me at the high school actually taught in Alaska for a couple of years. I think he was thereabouts. I think he was right around Anchorage. Wow, that's pretty amazing. After talking to my colleague who teaches across the hall from me, he said that because he grew up around here, went to high school around here, then he went up to Minnesota for college, and then he ended up moving to Alaska to get his first teaching gig. And he said that it was one of the most marvelous places to be, like for teaching, and he learned so much about himself and like about life. That's pretty crazy. So I got a lot of respect for that. He actually just visited back last year in the spring and came back with some jerky. And some of the jerky that he brought back was pretty amazing. I think some of it was like elk that was shot by one of his friends and actually harvested. And he brought it back, and it was some of the most delicious jerky that I've ever had in my life. No kidding. You went from Tampa to Anchorage? Wow, that's pretty cool. Talk about your two extremes, right? You go from hurricanes and warm weather to snowstorms and not a lot of sunlight, right? All right, we'll wait a couple of minutes and see who comes in here. No, yeah, that I understand. I would be the guy who missed the beaches as well. Now, I grew up, I was born and raised, like I was born on the north side of Chicago, not too far from Wrigley. For the Chicago Cubs, I'm a big Chicago Cubs fan. but I grew up on the South Side. And the longer that I live here in Illinois, the more that I appreciate the warm weather. And don't get me wrong, like I like the change of the seasons. I like the winter, but there's nothing like a nice warm summer, going to the beach, enjoying the water. So I hear you. But to go from Tampa to Alaska, that's, man, I give you some credit. In 25 years, that's awesome, Darren. We'll give it a couple more minutes here, but just kind of talking about the break for next week. So next week on Saturday, I'm actually going out with my family to the Ice Hogs, which is the minor league affiliate for the Chicago Blackhawks. So then I'm going to be doing breaks that end on Friday night, and we're actually going to break on Friday night. So the game is on Saturday. I won't be able to break on Saturday night because I'll be with my family. So just so you guys know, I know this week we did breaks that ended yesterday. We also let those unsolds go into today, just in an attempt to fill in some of the spots. So I want to make sure that you guys know the breaks will go up tomorrow night. So we'll get those started, and then they'll end on Friday, and we'll break on Friday. So we won't be breaking on Saturday next week. So just a heads up for that. I'm thinking about running this break back. So running the break back in terms of the football, it seems like we got a pretty good response. I want to say thank you to all the people that reached out to me over messages. So I do appreciate that. I got a lot of positive feedback from everybody that was in the break last week. In case you weren't in the break last week, kind of a crazy break. I got to say, we only had two items. We did actually end up hitting one of the headliners. And if you go back and watch the video, you'll see that my response was not super crazy. I was shocked, to be honest, in our first break that we got Jerry Rice. So Jerry Rice came out of the box for the Gold Rush. And then we ended up getting Wild Thing out of the box from the baseball Gold Rush box. This week, we got two boxes, or one bag and one box. So I'm thinking about running that back. I'm also thinking about potentially adding some baseball. I know some people were interested in baseball last week. The baseball just didn't sell as well as it did. So I'm looking for some feedback. People can reach out to me and let me know what they're thinking. But in terms of baseball for next week, I got a couple options, and I'll kind of wait to hear from everybody tomorrow as well as tonight and see if anybody's interested. But I'm thinking about possibly running out the baseball bat next week. So we do have the mystery box of RSA. In terms of headliners, it changes every week. I've seen Ronald Acuna come out of this. I've seen Big Poppy come out of this. Jim Edmonds come out of this. I think I have a few. Juan Soto come out of this. Tom Glavine. I have a few. But I'm thinking about that. So I'm not for certain yet. That is something that's out there. So I'm looking for some feedback with that, as well as other baseball. I do have the Gold Rush items when it comes to baseballs themselves. So there's the 2024 autographed baseballs from Series 4. If that's something that you'd be interested in seeing, just let me know. Otherwise, I might just run back the football. I got a really good suggestion from somebody that's in the breaks about potentially rewarding people for getting multiple spots in the breaks. So that's something that I want to do. So if you're somebody that buys multiple spots next week, and let's say we have a couple unsolds, I'd be happy to potentially give you an extra spot if there's some openings that are available. According to the last 2 weeks, we're still kind of getting started. So that looks like it's something that's gonna be there. So if you buy multiple spots, I know that multiple of you guys actually did that for me. So thank you. I know that me reaching out after the auctions are done, just in an attempt to fill the break, is not always the best, but I do appreciate all the positive feedback that I got. I got several people that said, I hope you fill the break. Nice job. Keep going. And that means the world to me. Obviously, if you haven't watched the videos about what I'm doing and what I am, this is actually a kind of a dream of mine that's been going on for the last couple of years, and I'm getting a chance to do it. So I'm meeting some really cool people. The Facebook group is growing. If you could do me a giant favor and join the Facebook group, I'm thinking that at the end of the month, so at the end of February here, that I would do like a customer appreciation or a group break on Facebook that will be free of charge for anybody that's in the group. So just a couple items that I have that will be free of charge that I think I'm going to give away potentially this month as well as next month, depending on how many people are in the group. Again, free of charge just for being in the group and being in the breaks. I've got some 2020 Illusions. In case you don't know 2020 Illusions, this is the Tua rookie. There's the Joe Burrow rookie. There's the Jalen Hurts rookie. If you look on eBay, you'll see that the pack itself sells for $20+, but the chances of getting some hits, some of the hits that come out of this, man, I saw that there were some sales that went for Joe Burrow for almost $1,000. There's some good cards. So free of charge just for joining the Facebook group. So I added a link into the description for this video for anybody that's not in the Facebook group. Right now, we only got 6 people. So if you join the Facebook group by the end of the month, who knows? Maybe that increases your odds of getting them. I've got some top series 2021 Series 1 for a hanger box, as well as some playbook from 2020. Again, same thing. Got the Joe Burrow, got the Tua, got a bunch of those major quarterback rookies that we're looking for. And maybe not all three for the first month, but just things that I'm thinking about. So if you join the Facebook group, again, it's free of charge, just to kind of build the Facebook group. I myself have been trying to reach out to some other groups and try to get some people involved. So we got a couple extra people. So feel free, if you join the Facebook group, maybe by the end of February, we'll just do a quick one just for everybody that's in the Facebook group, and we'll send it out free of charge to anybody that's in there. All right. Last thing I'll say before we get to it, because I imagine it's about time for the break, 9:10, is that we got a couple spots. I see that we don't have a ton of people in the chat here, so just a couple spots there. I got the PayPal. We got some available teams for both of the breaks. I'll give it a minute or two, and if nobody else buys it, I totally understand. I realize that several of you guys have bought several of the spots and bought multiple spots, and I do appreciate that. So we'll give it, let's say, 2 more minutes. We'll give it 2 more minutes, and that's 9:13 Central. I'll dive into this and see what we got. Again, thanks for all the positivity. I know week 2, I'm still a work in progress. I appreciate everybody's support. The feedback that I've received from most of you has been top notch, and that's what I remember about the hobby. I've been the same way on the other side of it, kind of buying into breaks, and I've got my own personal collection that maybe most of you maybe have seen on eBay itself. Just kind of perusing my store, you'll see my breaks as well as some of my personal collection that my wife has asked me to thin out very politely. I should say my very beautiful wife has asked me to thin out politely. So I'm definitely doing that. With that being said, as we kind of get closer to that 9:13 benchmark we're shooting for, just kind of looking at the hits themselves. Of course, some of the teams that went unpurchased this week, you'll see that there are some headliners. Again, not forcing you to buy the spots, but just so you kind of see, we got Aaron Rodgers and other things in terms of the Jets. So if you want to see the checklist for next week, it might not be a terrible idea. Now, when it comes to the black bag edition, is a little bit more of a wild card. I've seen some nice things come out of the black bag edition. I've seen Aiden Hutchinson from the Lions. I've seen different cornerbacks throughout the league. So it's a little bit more of a wild card. Where the Gold Rush, the 2025, actually has that set checklist. The black bag is a little bit more wild card. I've seen vets. I've seen Hall of Famers. I've seen rookies. It's going to be an interesting one. All right. Yeah, it's going to be hard to top last week. I agree, Darren. Man, for an opening week, I don't think I could have asked for something as great as we had. I mean, Jerry Rice and Wild Thing come out. I was expecting something. I'm not sure that I was expecting that. So I'm excited. I'm not sure what we got in these, but, it's going to be hard to top. I hope it does for somebody here, especially for the people that bought in the extra spots and have been so kind to me. I appreciate that. All right, so it's 9:13. Just like I promised, I'm going to get started. We are going to start with the black bag edition in terms of the autographed jerseys. So we're going to call last call for anything here. Nobody else chimes in, then all those teams will go unsold, and that's perfectly okay. I realize that being new to it, then there's a little bit of a growing process to kind of build the group together. So we're going to dive in. Just for anybody here that's new this week, I did mention last week, and I'm going to mention it again. I'll probably mention it every week going forward, is that eBay is going to ask me to mark every item as shipped, whether or not your team hits or it does. I will tell you that if your team hits, you will see a tracking number when it comes to the eBay shipping. If your team doesn't hit, you'll see that it's marked as shipped, but you will not see a tracking number. In essence, that's what's going to satisfy the eBay listing so that we can do what we do. And if you do hit, you will see the tracking. And I like to get every item out on Monday. So I'm going to package it up tonight. I'm going to try to get all the eBay stuff done tonight. And then you'll see that tracking come Monday if you're the lucky winner. Again, I want to say thank you to everybody that was involved into the break, especially everybody that bought the extra spots. It means a lot to me. Let's get into it. So we'll start here tonight with item number 1. We have the first one, an autographed jersey, black bag edition. It is the football edition. Good luck to all teams. So let's have some fun. Good luck to everybody. All right, looks red. All right. So first one we've got Trey Lance. It looks like from the San Francisco 49ers. I'd say that's a nice one. I don't think he's on the 49ers anymore, but that was a nice jersey, and it is a nice jersey. And who knows what kind of opportunity he has going forward. So if I'm not mistaken, I believe this goes out to the San Francisco 49ers based on color and based on where he was drafted. So congrats to the 49ers. I'll take a quick peek at my list to see who is listed there for the 49ers when it comes to the black bag. So we have it here. All right. And in terms of my list, San Francisco 49ers, we have Leonard B. Leonard B., congratulations. Thanks for buying the extra spots. I think this actually was one of the last spots purchased here when I sent out a message for all the people that had bought some spots earlier from yesterday. And Leonard was nice enough to help us out by buying an extra spot. So, Leonard, thank you very much. Enjoy the Trey Lance. They'll be coming out to you soon. Number 5, you got the autographs. And then we've got the Beckett authentication there on the bottom in case you want to take a peek. But that should be coming your way. All right, Leonard, I appreciate you. Thank you. All right. So overall, quarterback is never going to be a bad hit. Yeah, 49ers hit again. Man, this seems to be a hot spot. We had the Jerry Rice last week, and then we got the Trey Lance. So the 49ers strike again. And of course, quarterbacks, will never complain about quarterbacks. Whether or not he's still on the same team or not, it doesn't matter. Who knows where he's going or what's he going to do. I've seen quarterbacks come back. I mean, look at what Sam Darnold did in Minnesota. So I think that's a nice jersey. Very nice, especially for the black bag. You know, I would say that it being such a wild card as to what could be in there, Trey Lance is a nice piece. All right. Congrats again. Our second break, and will be our final break for the night, will be the 2025 Gold Rush. Of course, we've got one autographed jersey inside. Really big on transparency. I did the same thing last week, so just kind of looking it over. I forgot to do it with the other bag. Hopefully you take my word for it. But in terms of the box itself, we've got the cellophane wrapping all the way around. I'll take you on a trip just to make sure. In terms of transparency, everything looks good. So I've got it all the way around that way. In terms of this way, you can see for yourself the cellophane wrapping is kind of our first protective. And the reason why I like Gold Rush as much, not only does it have some of the biggest names in the game, it also has that secondary seal. And if you take a look at the secondary seal, you'll see everything's in order and nothing's been tampered with. All right, we're going to dive in. So Gold Rush 2025, our second jersey. Let's see what's in there. We had Jerry Rice from the first guy. I'm curious to see what's in round 2. Good luck to all teams. Again, thanks to everybody that joined in. All right, there's our first cellophane wrapping, and then here's your secondary seal. Oh, we got number 15. I think I know these colors. In this case, it looks like Phillips. So I've got Phillips. I think these colors are Miami Dolphins colors. So I'm just taking a look at it. It's Phillips. Is it Jaden? Jaden Phillips? Let me take a look at the checklist. Jalen Phillips. So it's Jalen Phillips, and it looks like the Miami Dolphins, from what I can tell. We've got a nice little signature there. So Jaden Phillips on the 15. And then, of course, we've got a Beckett authentication certification there. So it's a nice one. So congrats to the Miami Dolphin spot. So we'll take a peek and see who's in the Miami Dolphin spot. So then for our Gold Rush, for the Miami Dolphins, we've got Mike C. So we've got Mike C. Congrats, Mike C. This one's coming out to you on Monday. You'll see a tracking there. So congrats to Mike C. on the Jalen Phillips. All right. So I know it's kind of a quick break. Hoping that for next week, potentially some baseball. If anybody, I appreciate that, Darren. Thanks for being so positive to everybody else. Like I said, if you're not too busy and you're willing, I did include a link in the description for this week's video in our Facebook group. Again, I'm hoping that's in our Facebook group by the end of the month to kind of build it up so that we can get a free little auction, not a free little auction, but a free little giveaway for anybody that's involved in our Facebook group. Maybe one of these items, just kind of based on who's in there. I do appreciate the kindness again one more time that everybody has shown me. I know I've only been doing it for 2 weeks now, but the feedback that I've received and some of the suggestions that I've received are are very welcomed. I'm thinking that next week, for anybody that buys multiple spots, if there's any unsolds, that we'll give those out to some of the people that buy multiple spots. In the case that there are any unsolds, I think that's a very fair thing to do. So shout out to the person in our group that gave me the suggestion. I do appreciate that. And I'm looking forward to maybe some baseball next week. So if you're on the Facebook group, just let me know. Do you want to see baseball next week? Do you want to just run it back? Right now, I'm thinking about just running it back with the same two items. Again, congrats for the people that won it. We have the San Francisco 49ers and the Trey Lance. Very nice Trey Lance. Quarterback, you can't complain. And of course, Jalen Phillips for the Miami Dolphins. So I'm going to stick around for a few minutes if there's anything that anybody wants to ask. Otherwise, I look forward to see you guys in the Facebook group. We are going to break on Friday next week. I know we've only been around for 2 weeks, but we've been doing Saturdays. Again, I'm going out with my son for a hockey game. So I'll be breaking on Friday just to make sure that everybody knows our breaks will end on, or the auctions will end on Friday, and we're going to break on Friday. Again, one last time, I know I probably said it 15 times. Thank you again. I do appreciate it. Everybody jumping in. And for all the people that bought the extra spots, it means all the world to me. So thank you. I appreciate it. All right. I'll see you guys next week. Have a great weekend. Enjoy it. See you.